Hello there folks, I'm Dan Brown from a sort of interestinglife.com and you're joining me on board not Tilly for a change but a holiday boat from Viking Afloat out at Whitchurch. No, this isn't sponsored, unfortunately. Hint hint. I had the chance, as some of you may know, to hop on a holiday boat and take it back up to the marina with somebody from the marina at Ellesmere, and I thought, you know what, I'm certainly up for going boating. It was fantastic to be able to go on a big boat, much bigger than my little 30-foot Tilly, and quite interesting to see how it handled, and everything was a lot slower because you can't just angle around in the canal quite so much as you can on a 30-foot boat, and with the weight and the momentum it just seems to make all of your actions seem a lot more graceful, a lot slower and a lot more sweeping around the corners. Just generally it seems a lot more stable and a lot more steady in the water. So hopefully you'll enjoy this scenery as we head out to Whitchurch. I've got a load of footage from this trip and a load more from onboard Tilly. Now that I've got my iPods to put on the tripod and get me filming done properly again. I'll say, as usual, thank you very much to all of the new subscribers since that original episode of the documentary series went online. It's been amazing to have that incredible burst of support and all of the friend requests and people sending me messages. It's absolutely incredible. So thank you all so much. So, what's been going on recently? Well, it's been a lot calmer than it has been in previous weeks' boat life updates. As you may have seen in the last one, I had the engine looked at, but it needs to be fetched out of the water to be sorted properly. But as it happens, the engine has healed itself and is running fine. There's no leak in the cooling system or anything at the moment. So, touch wood. I don't know if you could hear me touching that cupboard door in the background or not, but that was wood touched. So hopefully everything's going to be fine. I'm heading out to Whitchurch on Tilly herself, so you might see some of this footage from a smaller boat at some point. And yeah, it's been quieter mainly because I've first of all been just letting the engine have a nice calm time instead of pushing it and doing any big trips, but also because I've been doing a lot of painting on board and getting the general decorating done inside. That seems a much bigger job than it seemed when I started out, when you think, yeah, there's only 15 foot of indoor space, it's only 6 and a bit, well, just under 7 foot wide, how long can it possibly take? Unfortunately, the answer is quite a while, so that's definitely been something I underestimated the workload of. But when you're out on the canal and it's just perfect, nice middle of nowhere spot just on the outskirts of Ellesmere, the canal itself seems to be really quiet as well. So just there listening to audiobooks and painting away all day long, fantastic, nice calm. Well, as usual with almost everything on the canal, just nice and relaxing and a great thing to be doing. One of the things that I have noticed as well is, apart from the canal being very quiet for this time of year, it seems to be pretty quiet, and the boats, I'm going to say this and it's probably going to jinx it, but there seems to be a lot of nice sort of slow travelling boats. It's not the stereotypical view of the summer rush where you sometimes get rocked around all over the place. I did have one incident where I lost another glass that had fallen over from a boat going past while I wasn't on board. And it obviously rocked the boat so much that some of the things had tipped over in the cupboards and in the bathroom. The shower head had fallen out of its little hook on the wall, all that sort of stuff. And when I opened the kitchen cupboard door, out rolled the glass and smashed on the floor. I was gutted. It happened again, so more glasses are necessary to be purchased. As I was saying though, it seems that everybody's really relaxed and calm and taking it easy on the canal, which is pretty much the general thing that you expect on the canal. But with some of the holiday traffic I've seen in the past, I know that that's definitely not always the case, and maybe there are fewer boats around at the moment. That would be one thing to explain why people may be slightly more relaxed about things. One of the things that I think is quite interesting for me personally with regards to travelling on the boat and taking it slow, as many of you will know, I do take it extremely slow because, first of all, there's absolutely no need to rush anywhere, and if you are in a rush then you're on the wrong mode of transport with a narrowboat. But also it protects the engine, which I'm always very keen to take care of, And it's just nice to know that there's no rush, there's no destination really ever in mind. I have a general idea of where I want to get to, and if I'm more up a bit early, or if I'm more up a few miles further on down the canal, as long as I can tie up to the side of the canal, hop down 3 steps, and then be in my home, I'm more than happy. But what I was going to say was that one of the things I think is quite interesting in terms of how fast you travel on the canal is I've recently had a couple of friends on board who have never been on the boat before, and so in my usual way what I like to do is unmoor, start the engine, get us out going straight down the canal, and then basically say, right then, who's going to do the tiller, and hand it over to the first willing volunteer / victim, and just let them take it for pretty much all of the trip. And it's always interesting to see how some people react to it being like, flipping heck, we're going a bit slow, or God, this seems a lot faster than I thought it was. And when you consider that I've measured it, and at my top speed I go about 3 miles an hour, but I almost never go that fast. And I mean, in the past I've let holiday boats go past me and just pull over to the side, because first of all, I don't want to cause a pile up and they don't want to be stuck behind me, but also it's just nice as you see those disappearing off in front of you on their merry way to have hopefully fantastic holiday times, and you sort of have that moment of you're there, they're disappearing into the distance, and it's like you're being left out in the canal on your own again. That perfect sort of peaceful, yeah, we're just cruising down the canal. I've also been very lucky to meet an awful lot of you recently. Yes, you out there in YouTube land. And that's also been fantastic to see people on holiday, have people shouting as they go past, and, oh, Dan, and well, I've said this sort of thing previously, but in the sort of height of summer with all the holiday traffic, it's been amazing. There's literally been weeks on end where people have taken photos and sent them to me of Tilly, or seen me and shouted, and just having some genuine, proper, good, interesting discussions with some people. Thank you all very much, and we'll talk about that sometime in the future. I'd just like to take a moment, though, to say I do greatly appreciate all of the messages and that I'm getting from people both on here and on Facebook and on Twitter, but please don't be offended if I can't reply, as I do now literally have thousands of messages and comments that are all unresponded to and way beyond anything I could ever catch up with. But thank you all very much, and I try and read everything that I can. So, our time has come to an end. Just a short one today, plenty more to come. Feel free to subscribe for loads more Narrowboat stuff, and check out almost 200 Narrowboat videos on my channel. Of course, feel free to add me personally on Facebook and Twitter for loads more boaty pictures and updates from the canal, and check out my books for the Kindle, The Narrowboat Lad, The Narrowboat Lad Living the Dream, and the latest one, as I say, it seems to be people's favourite, A Narrowboat in a Notebook. Until the next time, keep it boat worthy and have a fantastic day. Farewell.